Welcome to the Contagion Effect. With your host, Mike Ellick. And Eric Mello.
What is going on, everybody? The Contagion Effect is official today, episode 1. This is Mike.
This is Eric. Good afternoon.
What's up, Eric? How you doing today?
Hey, good, man. How you doing?
I think we got a rough start before we even got started, but I think we're going to do well. At least I hope we do. So, we need
pull
to
each other out of this funk that we're in right
exactly.
now. We're one episode in where we're like, oh, hey, man.
Yeah. What's up? What's up? How you doing today? Yeah. We're both having to tell each other to bring up the energy somehow, some way. So thanks to all of you. We're going to bring it up now. So Eric, let's start with, I think our new thing that we want to launch is what are you drinking, right? So every show we want to make sure we're drinking something delicious. So what are you drinking today?
So today we had to kind of jump into how I got this beer is it's in Anaheim. It's probably hands down one of the best beers. This is an American IPA. It's called Slap and Tickle. It's from Brewery X, which is in Anaheim. It was established in 2018. The X, I talked to a couple of guys. The X is the way that their paths crossed, becoming brewers, and what they have now. So again, this is an American IPA. It's 6.7%. It is a 3.8 rating on Untapped, I believe. Brewhound has them at like a 3.9.
Is that out of 5?
It is out of a 5, which I think is light because I don't know why the hell anything would be under a 4 for these guys. It's also it was the number 1 beer in the Great American Beer Festival, it's held annually in Colorado, and they took first place in their category of American IPA.
Nice.
So this is a West Coast IPA, and at 6.7 is pretty damn
we got
tasty.
the real effect. I didn't even have to push a button.
Yeah, Contagion. Yes, Contagion Effect. We are live on Instagram on my page. We're going to establish a connection with Contagion Effect on Instagram, and we'll be doing some live stuff. But there's Mikey over there.
Yep.
And
What's up, everybody?
There's someone over there too.
we can't share who's here. We do actually have our first guest today. But
yeah,
we're making her stay quiet for right now.
So even though I don't usually pour a beer crappy like this,
oh
this
my goodness!
I know. We'll let it settle.
All right.
We'll let it settle because you can just stop it and smell the hell. This is just.
I love the name. I love the name. Slap and Tickle.
It's got that true IPA smell, the hoppiness, forward bitterness on the backside.
Nice.
Like I said, I don't usually pour a shitty beer like that, but kind of don't have 2 hands right now. See, I got one here and the other one's over there. So.
Right. Well, let's clarify too. The beer's not shitty. It was just the pour.
The beer is definitely not shitty.
Okay.
Probably, in my opinion, probably the top 2 beers that I've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah. The brewery itself was utterly amazing. The ambiance, the staff, the huge setup in Anaheim. It's off of East Las Palmas. I'm not going to give you like the directions and all that shit, but it is East Las Palmas in the city of Anaheim.
Yeah, don't forget we're in Central California, so
yeah,
Anaheim's about 4.5, 5 hours south of us.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to go while there was a watch party for the Anaheim Ducks, which was pretty damn cool.
Oh, is that what that blow up was in front of the building?
Yeah, that's
the Anaheim Duck.
And they're not called the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
No.
Yeah, or Duckwing Duck, or even Goofy Duck. But yeah, no, I know.
Man, you're making me look terrible because you did an amazing amount of research, but you did get to visit the brewery and you had an experience last week, which we'll find out more in a second. But
I'm totally getting shamed. I'm getting shamed on this pour.
Oh no! After you even said something. So you're going to drink it and then re-pour it correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, so while I explain my wine, since all the beer drinkers are watching Eric's pour, I don't know, with all that extra foam on there. That looked a lot better, Eric. The anticipation is killing me. It's going to flow over.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, I am drinking wine since Eric's more the beer guy and I'm the wine guy. Today, I'm drinking something that we go to a ton of wineries, but this one was actually from Costco, and the bottle caught our eye because it's called Curious Beasts. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon, and it has like the Day of Dead theme on it in purple, so it's pretty cool.
It's always cool.
If you guys want to see that, it is a 2019. It's actually very fruit forward. I was looking at the rankings on, or the stats on Vivino, which is one of the top wine apps there are, kind of like what you said for beer. It's a 3.4, which luckily my wife and I have done a good job buying everything 4 and above when we go shopping. So this one was a little bit of a drop off, but it's actually not bad. So I'll be drinking it today.
Drink the hell out of it.
Yeah. I'm not going to show my pouring skills because wine doesn't pour like
Yeah, you
beer.
don't pour like that. And let's be honest, that is a crappy pour that I had. We were getting quite the harassment, but I love the support. It's always cool to see people supporting people. It's one thing about the craft beer game is everybody supports everyone.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love seeing all your photos of it. So speaking of your craft beer, this week, actually, you were on vacation. What did you do?
I dragged my wife to places.
You dragged her?
Yeah. Excuse me. We had, my cough button's way over there on the other side.
I know. Just give me a heads up.
We went to another brewery down south, Green Cheek. A lot of people raved about it. We went to their second location, which is still their beer and still a cool vibe. It was better than average.
Okay.
I'm just really all over Brewery X's jock right now because it literally was. It was just a cool place. But Green Cheek has some good beer. Everybody's going to bash me for it. They put out some good beer. They have. I have a couple that I brought back and I can't remember because I'm not drinking it right now. I'm drinking this one. This is what I'm drinking right here.
What, do they want you to drink something else? Is that what Live's calling for?
No. I wasn't really prepped for Green Cheeks.
Oh, okay.
They have a couple cool wrappers or labels, as some people call them, on their cans. It's like a little toucan dude is like their main emblem.
Okay.
But I can't off the top of my head think of anything right now because I wasn't researching.
Well, let's move into the rest of the week.
Yeah, so we went up on Saturday night to the local casino here. Had a cool dinner with some friends, and then headed down to Disneyland.
Okay.
You really have to like somebody a lot. That's 6 hours of driving. You have to really like them a lot to drive 6 hours.
In the same car.
In the same car.
Yeah, but my favorite part is who drove there.
I relinquished the keys, and Shonda drove all the way to the Grapevine.
Way to go, Shonda.
She drove all the way to the Grapevine. She's a good driver.
Well, no.
It's just hard when you drive a truck for a living to give up control. And no, she did a hell of a job.
That's why when you messaged me, I was like, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How did Shonda get to drive?
Yeah, she drove all the way down to the Grapevine, and literally she gave me, I think it was like an hour and 40 minutes of driving is all I had to do.
There you go.
And within the first 5 minutes, I was already road raging. So there you go. That's basically kind of how it went.
You started the SoCal part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do, I'm going to skip ahead because there was, I forget, was it Monday or Tuesday?
So Monday night, we went to Disneyland.
Right.
And so in my beer group, well, not my beer group, but the group that I kind of everyone belongs to is they do a Monday night fridge drink. So there's a couple gentlemen who post up their recording device, their phone, and they literally talk into their fridge as this is going on. And they have the professional football game that goes on Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
And so they'll watch it and they'll do lives. And so like on Instagram, there'll be people that jump on. And I just happened to catch an open spot on one of my buddy Dookie's. I'll actually tag him real quick on Dookie's live. And no sooner did he say, "Hey, I bet you won't flash the crowd." Yeah, my shirt came up. I believe that's what you're talking about.
That is exactly what
at the train station at Tomorrowland. I basically flashed about 7 people.
Yes, 7. That's it.
Well,
I think it was more. There
may have been maybe about 50 or so. Yeah. I don't know.
And
maybe
in 50. Disneyland, like that Disneyland. Was so. Let me tell my part of the story real quick. I'm sitting there. I see Eric Mello goes live, so I pop on because Eric's always fun to watch on what he's going live with, right? And all the people that are watching now. And somebody literally goes, "I bet you won't." And there was more words to it. Raise your shirt and show your and I'll change my name. What was it on Instagram? He changed his name.
He's going to change his name
to Mellow Taint.
I love Mellow Taint.
Yes, I love Mellow's Taint. And the second he finished saying it, you see Eric go, "Oh yeah," and the whole sweatshirt, the whole shirt comes up to his neck, and you could see in the background that he is at the train station at Disneyland. And then probably 2 seconds later, camera goes off.
Yeah.
So me being in my infinite wisdom, decide to text Eric and say, "You got in trouble."
Basically, she didn't see me. She didn't see the act of me flashing everyone.
Oh, she didn't?
No, she was kind of behind me because she was annoyed because I was on the Facebook Live or I was on the Instagram with them.
Right.
The only reason she was annoyed was because it was loud. That's it.
Oh.
Not that it was not the actual
the process.
Going through the process of lifting my shirt and showing everyone my hairy chest and my fat belly. But hey, that's okay.
Right.
Because it is what it is. I mean, when you drink beer and you don't work out, that's what's going to happen. Which is fine. I accept that. But yeah, no, it was like no hesitation.
It was zero hesitation.
And I think the best part that I got out of it was the 4 minutes afterwards that everybody on that live was laughing and literally couldn't catch their breath. I thought it was great. It was awesome.
Did you go back on? Because I didn't see you go back on.
So, I didn't go live. I just jumped back on there
to
watch
the feed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because the minute you disappeared, I was like, oh, and that's when I text you. Yeah. I was cracking up.
I do want to say one thing real quick that
yes,
in Anaheim, just like up in the Bay Area, like Menlo Park, Palo Alto, the Recology company, the garbage company up there, they do a fantastic job. And so I just wanted to give a shout out to Art Vasquez, who works up there in Menlo Park. He does a hell of a job picking up the garbage.
Thank you, Art.
And he does a hell of a job. So I just wanted to give a shout out there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else, any highlights from the trip?
Well, not really.
All right.
It was, Disneyland without your kids is pretty awesome. Although I love my kids, but it's pretty awesome.
No, I get it.
It's
a whole different vibe.
It was enjoyable to watch other parents struggle to maintain just control or, actually in some cases the faculties of kids, which that did happen. That happened. It happened. The kids
I'm not
peeing
surprised.
over in it's great times. I'm sure we can get into some other things.
Okay.
But like I said, it was cool. You take your kid to Disneyland and just splurge. Don't make your kid walk, 4 blocks outside of Disneyland because you're going to walk 5 miles inside. Just get the hotel that's close, because it was pretty cool when we opened our front door. We opened our front window and literally it was the arch saying "Welcome to Disneyland."
Right.
Which we did that with the kids, but it was the hotel like 3 down.
Right.
Next to the McDonald's. So it was actually pretty cool. It actually kind of sounded like one of the kids.
I know he literally sounds like I have a Rottweiler. Well, I have 2 Rottweilers, and one of them can't get to us, so he's frustrated and whining in the background. So adds to the show, right? Adds to the show. Well, my week was a little less productive than yours. We did go wine tasting on Saturday.
How was your trip?
It was good. We went to Murphy's, so we went and hit a couple wineries that we haven't hit yet. One of them named Millier, which every time I go there and I look at the sign, I just want to say, "I'm a young money millionaire." I just want to sing that some Lil Wayne music. We actually only made it to 2 wineries. The dogs were not helpful, And then my work
Did
phone.
they lose their faculties?
No, they did not lose their faculties. But my work phone was also not helpful. So a couple more weeks of that, and the 9 to 5 will be out the window, and I won't have to worry about that anymore.
What are you going to do when you retire?
I wish I was.
Is that going to be nice?
Oh, it's going to be so nice. It's going to be so nice. I'm going to enjoy it. Make money doing other things.
That's pretty awesome.
Not held to a ball and chain of a 9 to 5 corporate job. So it'll be exciting. And then we had some lunch, went to another winery, actually enjoyed almost every single wine there. And we were, for anybody that's been to Murphy's, which is up in the hills here, we were actually on the corner of the main street and one of the little cross streets across the street from the hotel, and literally had everybody stopping by to pet our dogs. You know,
they're adorable. They are adorable. I mean, if you can...
Well, for 110 pounds, yes, Ragnar's adorable. But he loves the attention. The minute somebody starts talking to him, he just drops down, rolls over, and pet my belly.
Who?
Ragnar.
Your dogs?
Me. Yeah, my dogs. I know, not the ones that jump on you the whole time you come. But they're only 110. You know, he's only 110. She's about 50, 60 pounds. So that was our fun. So I want to roll into some things that we did do this week while I was able to accomplish while you were gone and got you connected. And you've already posted a couple times, so thank you for that. Is we did get our Facebook and Instagram pages going. So our Facebook is at Contagion Effect Show. And then our Instagram is Contagion_Effect. So check those out. We're going to be posting things not just from the show, but some other, helpful articles. Eric posted some great articles today about mental health. I think that's, especially in this day and age, mental health's huge. I was telling Eric earlier today that I am actually struggling with some anxiety issues due to having COVID. And you walk around thinking you're invincible.
Yeah.
And then you get something like that, get hospitalized and go through a major process. And now I walk around a lot less invincible. So,
well, and that's why we started this.
Trying to process it.
Yeah. And that's why we started this thing, is because men's health it's not the forefront.
No.
It's hard to talk about.
Well, we're supposed to be macho and we can handle anything. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with that, let's introduce someone. She's been patiently waiting here. And I wanted to ask, I'm going to put her on the spot. I think we said we were going to kind of put it. She's probably going, oh, great. So first off, I want to introduce Tamara Polito. Woo! I do have, we can go with the clapping, but it gets loud and crazy and all that. So Tamara Polito is coming to us today. She is a lender. Or what's your official title? Let's make sure we go with your official title.
I'm a loan officer.
I'm a loan officer.
Loan officer.
All right. So you are a loan officer. Your NMLS number is 1655776. Just in case, anybody worried about legalities here. So Tamara is a loan officer with the finance group. And one of the reasons is she's actually my go-to lender since I do real estate. But I trust her immensely. She's done a bunch of things for my family. She's done my mom's refi. She's done a couple other family members' refis. Almost every deal. Like, the best thing I can tell Tamara is I hate when I do deals without her. Like, I know I'm doing a deal without her because it's just totally different. Doesn't mean other lenders are bad. It just, there's a different level that we have working together.
Familiarity.
I can't even say it. That's awesome. Can't talk today. So, Tamara, you get the question that we started with at the beginning of the show. So, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Moscow Mule.
A Moscow Mule, huh?
Yes.
When did you learn to drink Moscow Mules? Like, what made you attracted to a Moscow Mule?
I don't like super sweet drinks.
Okay.
So sometimes it's hard to just order bourbon or wine, depending on where you're at. They might have some crappy options. So we had to find something else that we could order on the fly.
Okay.
And
so it's a pretty safe go-to.
It's a safe go-to. You kind of know what you're getting. You're getting the spicy ginger kind of flavor, and then you can do the Kentucky Mule, right?
Okay.
Which would be the bourbon, or you can do the vodka,
Okay.
Different variations. I've done it with tequila, but it's a safe drink that I know is going to taste good.
Oh, you prefer it with tequila?
No, I prefer it with bourbon.
Oh, okay.
But,
okay. I had bourbon.
Vodka's great.
Okay.
It's wonderful.
Okay.
And I just love how the glass gets all really, really cold and in the copper mug.
I know. Well, you had to supply your own mug. I'm sorry for that.
It's BYOM.
Yeah,
I was just going to say,
bring your own.
She literally had her own.
No, I told her because she's like, what do you want to drink? I want a Moscow Mule. I'm like, oh, I don't have those cups. So you want to bring?
Yeah, I got like 8 of them, so it's good. It's, I
so
keep
you're
them
an
in my
expert.
car, actually, just
In your car. Okay.
Just readily available.
You never know.
She has a whole compartment. She has the little refrigerator
yeah.
unit in her car with the vodka and the ginger beer.
Who's
and
the
lime.
truck driver here?
I do honestly have a refrigerator in my office,
Okay.
to which I have various.
Oh,
copious amounts of
certain
alcohol.
people in the office are going to start checking your
Oh, they
refrigerator now.
have. I went in the other day and opened the cabinet and realized that a Hennessy, which was a client gift,
Client,
brought it in.
quote unquote client.
No,
gift.
it was
I
a
know.
client. Yeah, he brought it in, and there was a lot less than
Hennessy.
there was the last time.
Eric,
so.
the perks of real estate and lending and
yeah.
title companies, a lot of alcohol is given
Oh, I'm sure.
as gifts.
Because
This is
they realize how much money they just spent,
the
probably.
world moves. The world moves with alcohol.
Yeah, or they know we need it after dealing with
Yeah, true.
with everything. So the reason we wanted to have Tamara on is, well, first off, we had a little conversation about possible sponsorship.
Yep.
So
I'm in.
oh, look at that!
official.
Look at our appreciation.
Official. I'm in.
Look at our
The
appreciation.
first podcast guest.
Yes, the first podcast guest is our first sponsor.
We'll give you a golf clap.
There you go. Clap it up. We'll get better at our sounds. I'll get more sounds loaded and to where I can quickly hit them and know the volume and everything. So, first off, thank you for that. We appreciate
Absolutely.
it because without people like that, it just helps us keep running and getting this done.
Helps this little startup go.
Yep.
So I asked you what your title was, right? You're a lending officer or lending officer, right?
Yeah. Loan officer.
Loan officer.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm
The thing that makes it easier is the lender is the person actually distributing the money.
right.
So it'd be like a bank of
Okay.
sorts is a lender.
Okay.
We're loan originators or loan officers. We're the ones with the back and forth between the client and the person actually.
So you're the
distributing money.
face-to-face person
Yes.
that they actually deal with. Okay.
Yep.
I just want to make sure so people understand when you hear lender, it's not necessarily the person you're dealing with. That's your loan officer.
And we tend to use it interchangeably, kind of
We
lazily.
do.
We say, "Oh, I'm the in-house lender," but the reality is, I'm a loan officer or loan originator.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Now you just talked about the bank, right? So what's the difference, especially in lending? What's the difference between a traditional bank and like you work for more of a broker, right? A mortgage broker.
Yep.
So the finance group. What's the difference between a bank getting your loan through a bank versus a mortgage broker?
So when you walk into a bank, let's say Lels Margo,
Yes.
you walk into Lels Margo, you're only going to get offered the products that bank has to offer you.
Okay.
They set the rate sheets specifically. You have one choice. It's wonderful in some cases. Maybe you're an A paper buyer, you got an 800 FICO and you've banked there for 30 years. It might be a good deal for you. It might work out for you.
Right.
But for probably 90% of people, that limits them significantly. Banks have what's called overlays, meaning they can say, I'm not willing to accept anybody under a 660 FICO, or
Right.
I'm not willing to accept anybody where their debt to income percentage exceeds 45% of their income.
Right.
Things like that.
Okay.
And when you work with a broker, we work with tons of lenders. In our case, we have access to something like 60 lenders. So if one lender doesn't like my client's profile, maybe their FICO score is a little low, maybe they've got some difficult stuff in their past, we can go, well, fine, we're not going to take it to this lender. I'm just going to take it to this guy over here.
So you're really shopping it for your client
Yes.
instead of your client having to go shop.
Exactly. We're
That's
doing all
pretty
the legwork for them. There's no additional cost. It usually saves them quite a bit of money.
Okay.
And that's the big caveat is there's not extra costs associated with it. So it doesn't make sense why you would walk into some place, get your credit pulled and have one option when you can walk into a broker, have your credit pulled only once and have 60 options.
Right.
So,
Right. That's awesome. So the moral of the story is a lot of the time, do your homework. You
Brokers
probably
are
want to look
better.
at brokers.
are better.
Yeah. We don't want to get in trouble, but yes. Make sure you shop around and the mortgage broker will actually do that for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, Eric?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So Tamara and I were actually talking while I was on the way to wine tasting on Saturday, and she was doing a little project that I guess you started at 4 a.m. And you were talking about some of the pitfalls during the process of going through escrow and which escrow means literally going through the process of buying your house, right? And near the end, once we get closer to closing, we tend to run into some issues sometimes because clients are warned not to do certain things, but they tend to do them. So what are some of the top pitfalls that hurt a home loan deal from getting closed?
Okay. So while you're literally in escrow, meaning you've already found your house, you're in contract, some of the things that happen a lot that make for great memes, but horrible stories in reality is pulling your credit. That's the number one thing. And it never fails that somebody decides to buy a car while they're buying a house. The minute you bought that car, you pull credit, you change your debt to income ratio, the deal is dead. I mean, it's over. You add a $400 or $500 payment.
Right.
That could change whether or not you qualify. So that's a big one, is pulling credit. And it just drives me up the wall when somebody will say, oh, I didn't realize buying a car was going to be a factor in the middle of escrow. So number one, please don't buy a car while you're buying a house. Wait until we close 15 days later if you can. So
Yes.
That's a really big one. And the same goes for things like retail stores. You don't need to save 10% at Kohl's this week. When you pull your credit, we have to do a huge inquiry and figure out why you pulled credit. You have to prove to the lender that you didn't get a new line of credit. That could hold us up 2 weeks to a month. It's really a big fiasco. It's very frustrating. We get around it, but for you, the buyer, the experience is super frustrating because we're going to ask you for a bunch more paperwork. So you can save 10% the next time you go shopping. Let's just not pull credit.
Just do it after you close your house.
Wait till you close.
Wait till you get keys, please.
Yes, please. The other big one is cash. People will deposit chunks of cash. Just like anything in life, if you can't explain it, it's going to be a problem. And so during escrow and when you're pre-approved for a house, they're watching how you spend your money, whether it's going in or out. But if you deposit a large chunk of cash, the assumption is, maybe the realtor gave it to you, or maybe the seller gave it to you, or maybe I gave it to you to entice you, to get you to buy some, they don't.
So
they
I
don't know
can't
where
pull
the
my
money
mattress money out.
Yeah, you can't bust out the mattress money. There are other ways to work around that, and you'll have to call for an explanation on that one. Talk to your loan officer on ways to work around that, but don't deposit cash because it's just a huge hurdle that you may not be able to get over if it's too late, depending on how much money you deposited. So
right.
It can cost.
Or if you're going to do it, depending on the money, make sure it's upfront at the very beginning. Be very honest. Be very upfront.
That's the biggest thing. Be upfront. If we know what's going on, we can help you get around it. If you try to hide something,
right,
it doesn't work. We can't help you. So
I know I had a deal where a guy asked if he could bring in 200,000. I'm like, oh no, I don't think so. I don't know where that's coming from, and that sounds a little sketchy. So thank you, because the goal is, like Eric and I have said, to bring value and awareness, right? So I know I've dealt with it. Tamara definitely deals with it because she does loans every day. I mean, I had a deal that actually Tamara and I lost because the client, unfortunately, was during COVID, the heart of COVID. We were literally on closing day the second time because we had another issue the first time. And the lender, she calls me and she's like, hey, so-and-so doesn't have a job anymore. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That goes on your list. We'll add that. Don't quit your job.
Yes.
The day before you close.
Yes. Because they still call and check to see if you work there.
24 hours. We call within 24 hours just to check. And it's not your loan officer either. So don't think you're going to get a homie.
It's the lender.
Hook you up. It's the lender, the person distributing the money that's going to check. So
perfect. So one of our things is really talking about veterans, right? And you have really started, I know you just went on a trip recently to a conference.
Yeah, Veteran Mortgage Advisor Council.
Venture or mortgage? Veterans. All right.
Yeah.
I thought you said venture. Sorry.
Mumbling.
It's all good. So you went to a whole conference about veterans and the loans available. And so tell us a little bit what's out there for, give us the abbreviated version of what's out there for our veterans.
If you are active, retired, or a spouse of a deceased veteran, then you are entitled to a 0 down payment home loan.
Zero down. There's not the $1. I remember when my dad got his was a $1 down.
It's not $1 down.
He was so proud to hand that $1 over.
That might even have been like just the.
Well, that was early. What was it? In the 90s.
Oh, okay.
So his was like $1 down. I mean, I just, it was so vivid in my head of him handing the $1 over. It was such a big deal.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Yeah,
it is awesome. They earned it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I get all fired up.
So is that is that about all? Like, is that about the cusp of it of what's available? I mean, I know they get the $0 down, but they also, their interest rates, right?
Absolutely. Interest rates are better than your generally speaking. And obviously this can
credit scores.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into it. But in general, because VA loans actually have the lowest turnover rate, the lowest chance of foreclosure, the lenders and the people lending the money, they feel safer accepting a VA loan than they do a conventional or an FHA loan, which is funny because not a lot of people realize that. But they have very low levels of foreclosure. So that means the interest rates are better on those loans because they're more comfortable issuing that. And the government's backing that loan. So there's really a very low risk for the person lending their money, which means they're getting lower rates. So lower rates, no down payment, and the best part is no mortgage insurance. If you're a first-time buyer, you're probably paying just shy of 1% in mortgage insurance every month. And for these VA buyers, they don't have mortgage insurance. So that can save you $200-$300 a month, which makes a big deal.
Oh, yes.
Big difference.
For sure.
Yeah. The reason I went to this particular thing in St. Louis is where we went.
Okay.
And why I'm so passionate about VA loans is that I'm running into agents that maybe have been around for a long time.
Right.
And there's a stigma that says a VA loan is maybe an inferior loan. And frankly, that's just not the case. The statistics for VA loans are the same or equal or relatively equal to those of conventional loans. So if you're, let's say, not all of you are veterans, but maybe you're considering selling a house, you should feel comfortable accepting a VA loan, knowing that a VA buyer, statistically speaking, has the same FICO score as a conventional buyer would. They actually have very similar amount of money in their bank. And again, the VA has put out a memo to all the lenders out there that says, look, we highly encourage you to approve these loans. So do everything in your power to approve the loan, which means as a loan officer, it is my duty to get the loan approved.
Right.
Unlike a conventional loan where it's like, if you don't qualify, you don't qualify, it doesn't work. We're actually bound to do our best job to get that loan approved. So you have a higher chance of your loan closing when it's a VA and you're the seller, it's going to close. It may not close on a conventional loan. Conventional buyers tend to be flaky. Cash buyers are really flaky. Right. FHA buyers, that's another conversation. But in general, you actually have a better chance of closing with a VA loan than you do with a conventional buyer. So take the VA offer. It's a solid offer. Right.
That's awesome. I appreciate it because, like I've said, what we went through with my dad. So the VA loans, and we've been working together now 4 years, and I know there wasn't a lot to it. And then all of a sudden in this last couple months, well, more than that, I've really seen your passion for it because you've shown it. So I was like, oh, I appreciate that. So I'm happy because I'm going to get back into a little more into real estate and be able to hopefully get some of these done for some of our veterans. Yeah. Do you have any questions, Eric?
I am just absorbing all this information.
You're soaking it in.
It might be overly educational, but
well, but
it's important. It's what we're about. I mean,
yes,
getting it out there. And
sorry.
These guys, they've earned this right.
Right.
I mean, they've earned the right to have a chance on the market. And it is a competitive market out there. It's, anyone who's paying attention, we know there's a lot of inflation. We know that economically there's a lot of uneasiness.
Right.
But there are still people who have to buy and sell homes. And so you want to give them the best chance they have. And we're not expecting a handout. These guys aren't asking for a handout. They've earned this. They have the money. They qualify. There's no reason why they shouldn't be at the top of the stack when it comes to offers.
Right.
It's just, and it's frustrating when I hear.
I think people get caught up with seeing the size of the down payment. That means, how invested they are.
Exactly. Yeah. And that it's not. And when you think about skin in the game, I mean, they put their skin in the game. That's their life.
They already did.
They
already did or are doing so.
Exactly.
So, I mean, we just went to the Navy recruiting office on Tuesday night with Aiden, and I was actually talking to the naval recruiter, and he's like, "Oh, I'm actually looking." So he got your information, and then I had to resend him my card too. And so I said, "Don't forget this guy either." So it was awesome. So what about that's the business side of Tamara, right? Now what about the family side? So I know you're married, right?
There's a side?
There is a side. Well, literally you turn over in bed, you're at work, you turn over the other way, it's family. I mean, let's be real.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm married to a wonderful craft beer drinker.
Yes. I love Fern.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's the best.
Fern will probably be on the show.
Fern
We just got to get him. We got to get him to talk. He's got to talk.
That's easy. A couple of these Brewery X.
Yeah, we'll get him some Brewery X. We'll get him some cigars. He'll be ready to go.
Ooh. I think Jay might get mad if we did.
Well, we might have to go outside
Take it
during a little
outside.
warmer weather for that stuff.
Yep. And then I've got 3 kids. Benjamin is my 6-year-old, and then Rosalie is my wild child. That's my middle
Right.
kid. And then I've got a 13-year-old, my oldest daughter, Natalie.
So how are you balancing work-life balance?
Poorly.
Right. Because you've gotten, especially in the last, year and a half, 2 years, I mean, you've seen your business
My
just
business has grown substantially.
blown up, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle being and I don't want to play the female card, but it's definitely a struggle being mom, because regardless of how wonderful my husband is, he doesn't replace me as mom.
Right.
Right. So he's amazing at home, but he's not ever going to be me. And so it's definitely a struggle coming home and realizing that they want to spend quality time with me. And I've spent all day talking to people, so my energy levels are low.
Right.
So there's a little bit of that, but it's an honor to be a parent, right? These kids are amazing.
They are. Well, now it's a little more special, right? You're gone all day. Now they come running, kind of like the dog just did.
Okay, all right. This is a bone to pick moment here with Tamara.
Okay.
So when Fernando would come home from work, the kids would go running, Dad, the house would be clean, even if we just got there 5 minutes before, just to make sure it looked clean for the 30 seconds he walked in the door, right? We would bust, getting the house clean and making it look good that 30 seconds before he was going to walk in the door. I get home, someone's playing video games. I don't know where the other kid is. Ben waves at me from,
Hey, Mom.
the chair.
Hey.
Fernando's already drinking in the kitchen. I'm like, what the heck?
Nobody even cares.
I'm here now. Didn't you miss me? Yeah.
You want the
I do. Where's my fuzzy slippers and my robe?
Eric gets that every day, right?
Yeah, absolutely every day that happens.
Maybe Hank. Does Hank at least? Hank the flying
Don't get me
dog?
started on him.
No? All right.
No.
He might bite. Don't get me started on my
Hank.
dogs whining in the background.
Yeah.
They're wonderful. Well, Tamara, thank you for all that information.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm excited because I'm gonna get reinvigorated with real estate, and I hope to be able to do a lot of these types of deals with you.
Yep.
It's not always about the money. Sometimes it feels like, for me, veterans, I have the Marine Corps tattooed on the back of my leg for my dad. Talked a little bit about him last week. So, he was a very proud Marine in Vietnam. And I just, I keep saying it over about that $1 down. Like, he was so excited because my mom bought a house in Oakdale. And my dad actually bought a house like 4 or 5 houses down on the same street. And he would have never been able to if it wasn't for the VA loan, because he didn't have the down payment money.
Right.
So and he only moved there because he wanted to stay close to me. And then he commuted basically back to Santa Clara every day for work.
Awesome.
It is awesome.
Awesome.
So what else is going on, Eric? Anything else?
Yeah. No, I'm literally just chilling in.
You're chilling?
Yeah.
The mood still got you a little bit?
No, we're good.
You're good?
We're good.
You're better now?
Yeah.
Dude, that hat I love
Sick.
that hat.
This is a replacement hat because the hats that we
That's the
ordered,
Traeger guy, right?
This is Kendrick
Sorry.
Barbecue, Kendrick_barbecue on Instagram. Local cat who kind of blew up on the Traeger scene,
Mm-hmm.
ended up moving to Utah to
Mhm.
work for Traeger. If you go check his stuff out, he reps a lot of the breweries around here, and it's just nice to see someone do good.
Oh.
I believe he's originally from like Santa Clarita or something like that.
Oh, really?
Or
SoCal?
or not even, that's Santa Clarita. The coast where they have the Santa Maria Red Oak. That's where it is. Santa Maria is where he's from.
So like Santa Barbara area?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's originally from there. Then he moved up to Hillmore.
Some good wines down there. Just
There
saying.
you go.
Yeah.
We'll have to check him out.
Yeah. Some good Pinots. Jamie's
Some
favorite.
Pinot.
Some Pinot Noirs.
We'll check it out. Yeah. So Kendrick_barbecue.
So the hat has 2 fists, like
Yeah,
as
his
if they're
knuckles.
facing you, with his initials tattooed on every finger.
Yeah.
And then just says barbecue under it. So
Yeah. Good.
Now I do want to talk about, we're going to have to redo our logo because I want to get shirts. So then like we could take pictures, or when we do Instagram live.
Can you do like the cartoon figures?
We
like-
can.
Like
we can
one
get-
on each side of the mic?
I don't know if we can both fit on one picture though.
It's something like 16 or 17.
Tamara, don't
inch.
laugh. That's
I-
not funny.
Be like a 16-inch sticker.
Yeah.
Just to get-
We'll need the
Yeah.
wide angle
Yeah.
sticker.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Good thing we have big
Definitely.
shirts. We can both fit on them.
Oh my
Well,
God.
hey, we're definitely going to have a 4X shirt because I get a little pissed off looking at some shirts online and, you get a 2X.
They only have
Like,
speed.
really? Like maybe a 3X if you're lucky. But the majority of the ones I look at are like 2X. And that's like breweries. Like a lot of breweries. I'm like, come on, man.
They tap out at 2X.
Which is funny because, we're drinking beer.
I get that. I get that skinny brewer. Like there's a brewery in San Jose, and their slogan is never trust a skinny brewer. I tend to agree with that. That just tells me he doesn't drink his beer.
That's
Widmer is what it was. Widmer Brewing.
Whitmer Brewing?
Widmer. WIDMER.
Nice.
They actually brew. I believe they're the ones that brew the Costco beer. I might be wrong.
Oh, really?
But I'm not.
Costco has their own beer?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. See, the beer aficionado I am. Sorry about that.
It's all good. Little thing.
So how's that Moscow Mule? Is it good with the cherry?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta get
That's
closer.
that's what that different flavor was. Yes.
Is that because it has a little bit different flavor?
Yeah, it's good. It's good
Yeah?
stuff. It's good on a Thursday.
Good on a Thursday, the middle of the day, right? Hey, it's always drink 30 instead of just beer 30. So with that, I mean, I feel tapped out for today. Nah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. This is our show, bro.
It is our dude.
This is our show. We can do what we want.
Thank you for reminding me.
We can do what we want.
Thank you
You ain't
for
clocking
reminding
in when you come in the door. You don't have a time clock.
Sorry, sir, but you got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully, I don't cut it down
You
to
go
like
knock
10
the
minutes.
erasers out. When you're a teacher, you gotta go clean the erasers outside
Yes.
on the floor.
Ouch.
You don't have to do that.
No.
We love teachers. I'm just saying.
We do love teachers, especially the good ones.
Are they
Oh
still
boy.
allowed to do that?
Oh boy.
Hey, hey, andale, mijo.
We just been attacked by Rottweilers, so don't mind us. This is what makes the show even
This
better.
is what
is
I just can't wait to get a live cam.
Oh,
it is gonna be so.
well,
much
a live cam, dogs that don't come
Yeah.
bug us, don't whine in the background, not on a folding table. Or
Get off our guest.
Yeah. Ragnar, no.
No, that's not.
Ragnar, stop.
Where are you going?
He's gonna drink your
Gonna
drink.
my drink.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's what happens when he's nudging you, so you pet
I
him.
see that you'd like me to.
He wants your attention. So, well, everybody, we appreciate your time, Tamara. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
Tamara
Appreciate the
is you're licensed in California,
Licensed
right?
in California.
So
Yep.
NMLS 1655776, just so we get the legalities out of the way.
Yep.
But she is licensed in all of California.
Yep.
As well as I am too. So
Yes.
Yeah.
yes,
There you go.
yes. So we can help you in any way for your buying of your home. Just give us a call.
Yeah. Reach out when you have questions.
Hey, appreciate all the feedback too.
Absolutely. You know what? Thank you for saying
Appreciate
that.
all of it. I mean, constructive and otherwise. Because first of all, really, Mike's going to disagree with me on this, but I really don't give a shit if you like it or not. But it is what it is. No, I'm being serious. Like,
Well,
it is
I'm a
what it is.
lot like that, but I want us to grow.
Right. No, I get
So I
it.
don't
And
wanna-
I do. I know.
And I know you're not trying to
I'm
that's
sorry.
no
I
no no
take
no
it
no no
back.
no 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 no
it's
no
just-
no 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 no.
I mean,
that's
this is
the
what we do.
beautiful thing about you and I. Like sometimes the more business guy will come out, and I have to hold him back
Gotta rein
and
it
try
in.
to say, yeah, rein him in.
You
And
know that old expression.
no, but that's why I love Eric, because him and I,
Claus expression.
Really.
when we're on the phone, we can have a real conversation about real things, which is
Yeah.
kind of why we got to this point. So
It is. And having a guest today, you know, obviously the first guest and having Tamara on is awesome.
right,
And, you know, our energy it didn't start off great, but, you know, once you start getting in the flow and you just open up and start talking, it's what makes this podcast will be what it is.
yep,
And like I said, it's not gonna be crisp to start out with. We're gonna have dogs and people and kids, and eventually I'm sure we're gonna hear a baby in the background at some point.
probably
I'm just, you know,
being honest, yeah.
yeah.
But like you said, that's what makes us real. And no, I agree with your comment. I don't give a shit sometimes what people think of me. But I want to make a success.
No, and like I said, I understand. And if you have a problem with my comment, you can email me at Contagion Effect Show.
No, Contagion
Effect Show
at Gmail.
at gmail.com.
Or go ahead and
//
post on our Facebook. Or go ahead and post on our Facebook
or post it on our
Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram.
Let us
Twitter.
have it. We don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
But if we give it back to you, don't be mad.
right. And I guess my point is that's what you're going to get from me is going to be the straight up honest thing of, do I care if you like what we're doing? Yeah, of course we do. Nobody likes to be looked upon as idiots or stupid or they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
But in reality is we're the ones that set this thing up and this is what we're doing.
Right.
I do like constructive criticism, and I'll take it with a grain of salt and a 2-cheese pizza, and it'll go about my day. It
and
just
a slap and tickle beer.
And a slap and tickle from Brewery X.
Well, and even Tamara gave some good feedback. Just on our intro was a little long. It's all right. I know.
46 seconds. I didn't know it was 46.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 46 seconds.
To the Contagion Effect. Maybe I should go more bass.
Well, I'm going to fix it. Or we can add auto-tune. I can auto-tune you.
No, it is what I sound like a 13-year-old kid. I get it. And thank you for listening to the Contagion Effect. Just mic drop it.
And we're done.
Yeah, right.
We'll figure out an outro. Yeah. Maybe that is the mic drop. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
But to make us all feel good, I do appreciate all the support and all the likes and all the shares and everybody, giving us their opinion. It is pretty awesome to have this technology available.
Yes.
And to have a guy like Mike that knows what the hell he's doing, because I don't know what we're doing, and he just lets me get up here and talk. Get off my glasses, dog.
He's going to eat the earrings.
I see that.
But yeah, no, we do appreciate feedback.
Yes.
So bring it on. Let us hear it.
Just remember, we're not trying to impress anybody. We're just trying.
I'm a truck driver.
Exactly.
I drive groceries around to your local neighborhood grocery store.
There you go. And I'm about to be unemployed, so
retired.
Well, I'll be a realtor still.
Retired.
Sorry.
Retired.
Unemployed. Retired.
Retired.
Tomato.
It's all good. Hey, Mikey.
Hey. Yes.
Peace out, bud.
Peace out, buddy.